Welcome back. The leaders of an anti-abortion group unite behind a common cause this week. They say it's anyone but Trump. In an open letter to Iowa voters released Tuesday, the heads of Iowa and national groups said, quote, "We urge Republican caucus goers and voters to support anyone but Trump on the issue of defending unborn children and protecting women from the violence of abortion. Mr. Trump cannot be trusted." And joining me now, one of the authors of that letter, Nance. She's the president of the Concerned Women for America. Penny, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Tamron.
So Donald Trump has said over and over, and he actually wrote, "Let me be clear, I am pro-life. I did not always hold this position, but I had a significant personal experience that brought the precious gift of life into perspective for me." Do you believe Donald Trump's statement?
Well, the devil's in the details, isn't it? What does pro-life mean to him? As you mentioned, I was joined by 10 pro-life women leaders from Iowa, national leaders from around the country, who are very concerned about his position on life and protecting the least of these. And so we have urged Iowa voters to consider very seriously this choice. The other issue that you didn't bring up that we mentioned in the letter is our concern of his treatment of women. He is the only person in this race who has personally profited from the exploitation of women. His casino in Atlantic City hosted a strip club, and so we thought that was very important for Iowa voters to know, on top of all the things he said and the other issues around him, that character is important. Character counts. And so we believe, as you know, 60% of the voters are evangelical Christians. This would be important information for them.
And you said 10 others signed that letter with you, but when you look at some of the numbers right now, the Des Moines Register, Iowa evangelical caucus goers, 33% right now support Senator Cruz, 19% support Trump, but he's had a sizable number of evangelical leaders, including Jerry Falwell Jr., to come out and support him. A number of other women conservatives, Sarah Palin, endorsing him. Why are you right about Donald Trump and they are wrong?
You know, I respect Jerry Falwell Jr. and Sarah Palin. These are people that I care about, and you know, I respect their opinion.
But why are they wrong?
We had to tell the truth about what we see as the issues here. Donald Trump, although he says he's pro-life, has only pointed out one person. By the way, you know this, Tamron, that the key on this issue is going to be Supreme Court justices. Up to 4 Supreme Court justices could be appointed in this next administration. It could be as high as that many. So Roe v. Wade could be changed greatly by who we choose as president. And the only person that Donald Trump has mentioned as the kind of justice he would choose is his sister, Marianne Trump, who struck down the Partial Birth Abortion Ban Act in New Jersey. She's very much to the left of Iowa voters on the issue of life. And there's other details I could point out. But I will say, the key point here, I think, for Iowa voters is character. There are several great choices in that race for them to choose from, men and women of character who have a record, a proven record, on the issue of life and marriage and other social issues. We think, the other 9 women who joined me, that there are better choices than Donald Trump in this election, in this particular race.
But would your message be more effective if you endorse someone rather than saying anyone but Trump? You see the polling there shows that he's neck and neck with Ted Cruz, for example. Why not then lend your voices to supporting Ted Cruz and perhaps helping him pull out a victory in Iowa?
Because everyone on that letter probably had a different candidate that they supported, and maybe that's the case that's going on in Iowa right now. I would suggest that that probably is the case. The evangelical vote, the pro-life vote is split. But we all came together in agreement, and actually I think that is really important, that we all came around the idea that Donald Trump's credentials on the issue of life are not clear.
But it sounds like your organization reflects what's happening in Iowa. If the 10 of you could not come to a consensus of supporting one person, you would split all your votes, and That's why Donald Trump may win on Monday night.
That might be the case, but let me just say something, though. Iowa is a great group of people. We have, Concerned Women for America has a great number of members in that state, but it's only the first state, and they've only chosen the Republican nominee since 1980 twice, so we'll see what happens. All right, Penny Nance, thank you so much for your time. We greatly appreciate it. Up next, the voting bloc Bernie Sanders is now appealing to. That could be the word we like to use so much, or the description, game